Hi guys, today I'm going to give you a brief history of the medieval, Renaissance, and Baroque. First is medieval. Though we can assume that music began before 1150, the medieval period is the first in which we can be sure as to how music sounded during this time. Most dated manuscripts from medieval period came from the church or places connected to the church, and so most places have a religious subject. Instruments used during this time included the flute, the recorder, and block strings. Instruments like the lute, early versions of the organ, and fiddle also existed. Polyphonic vocal genres also developed in this time. Polyphony is the use of multiple independent voice types as opposed to the one melody line in monophonic singing. It can be concluded that the introduction of harmony began in the medieval period. Second is Renaissance. The Renaissance brought scientifically increased amounts of harmony and polyphony into music, as most composers were focused on choral music. The Renaissance was a golden age for choral composition, especially in a cappella composition. Religious music continued to flourish throughout the inter-Renaissance period, including new forms such as masses, anthems, psalms, and motets. Instrumentation became more prominent during this period, with the introduction of early brass instruments like trumpet, cornet, palbiles, trumpet, sackbut, adapted string instruments, violin, rebec, lyre, lute, guitar, the harpsichord, small percussion instrument, triangle tambourine, bells, small drum, early woodwind instrument, reed pipe, bagpipe, transverse flute, recorder. The second half of the Renaissance period was incredibly influential as a composer began to move away from the modal system of harmony and towards the organization of major and minor scale. The strong sensation of each piece having a definitely tonal center or key became commonplace in the Renaissance period. Third, Baroque. Expanding upon the end of Renaissance period, the Baroque period saw the creation of writing music in a particular key. However, the Baroque period is commonly known for complex pieces and intricate harmonies. Still, this period laid the groundwork for the next 300 years of music. And the idea of the modern orchestra was born along with the opera, the concerto, sonata, and cantata. Choral music was no longer king as composer turned to compose instrumental works for various ensembles. Classical music gradually began to work its way into society, being played outdoors at dinner parties and special functions, or an spectacle in the form of opera. As instrumental pieces became more prominent, individual instruments advanced drastically. Many new instruments emerged, such as the oboe, bassoon, cella, contrabass, and fortepiano, an early version of the piano. The string family of the Renaissance was replaced with stronger sounds of the violin, viola, and cello. The invention of the harpsichord flourished, and all existing woodwind and brass instruments were updated and advanced. The Baroque period also introduced stronger percussion with instruments like the timpani, snare drum, tambourine, and castanets. And that's the brief history of medieval, Renaissance, and Baroque. I hope you like it, guys. Bye.